Hey polish fans, it's Caroline again, and welcome to another video here at Wildflower Lacquer. In today's video, I am excited to share with you my haul from Femme Fatale. This is an Australian stockist that also makes polish, and I have been slowly adding to my hold order with them since I believe March or April. That was when one of these polishes from Femme Fatale was on their last chance, and I wanted to make sure to snag it before it sold out. Then Wildflower Lacquer actually ended up having some exclusives that released in July. So after those came out, I did release my hold order, and this is everything that I got. So if you're curious about how the hold works, because these ship from Australia, shipping can be a little bit more than what you're used to spending when shipping from a company is inside the United States, if you're in the United States like I am. I have found though that it's not too bad. I think the last time I had them ship just one order to me, I think it ended up being like $12 US, but that was a few years ago. In any case, what I did is when I placed my first order with them, you add a little item to your cart that says hold order. You can find that up at the top of their page, I believe on combining orders or something along those lines. And then you can add to your order for, I think they give you like 3 months or so. I did ask to make sure that they were okay with me extending it by a few weeks to a month when I noticed that Wildflower was doing an exclusive release, and they were okay with that. So I thought that that was really nice. And then when you're done with your order, like mine was the 2 wildflowers, you add the release hold order item to your cart, and then check out and then tell them all of the other orders that you placed in that time frame that were on hold, and they'll combine them for you. I will say the heads up is you are paying shipping every single time you hold your order. Then at the end of it all, they combine it and then refund you any excessive shipping that you've already paid. So just be forewarned, that is something that you will be paying out of pocket as you go. But it's a really nice way of getting some exclusive polishes, and like this one, polishes that were out of stock in other places, but Femme Fatale still had them. So it can be a way of getting some indie limited editions. So let's go ahead and see what I got. The first one is from Wildflower, and this is one of the 2 exclusives that they released through Femme Fatale. This is the only one of those that I did get, but I did get a second Wildflower Lacquer while I was on the site. This one is called Window of Time, and this was the Femme Fatale exclusive. This one is a really intriguing color. The base is this sort of a teal leaning green, and then there's a load of shimmer. You see that popping in that sort of a fuchsia to red, and there's a bunch of flakies as well. Mainly what I'm seeing is a gold, but they do shift to other colors. I want to say there's green and maybe a little bit of like yellow at the edges. But I love this combination. Those flakies in this base look really gorgeous. This is it in 2 coats. I was really pleasantly surprised with this because I was not expecting it to be just a 2-coater. Again, this combination is super unique. Love the green that you see popping up in those flakies against that deeper base, and it is kind of hard to tell what the base color looks like. See there, that sort of a teal, that's the base color. Let's see if we can't see that better on the brush. I think you can sort of see that on the neck of the bottle. But the brush, I think, is so loaded with those flakies, it's hard to see the base color. But this one is really gorgeous and very unique. I did only get this one as the exclusive. She did have a second one, but it was more on the gold side of the color wheel. And for my regulars, you'll know that gold is not necessarily my favorite, so I didn't get that one. But this one was Window of Time. The second one from Wildflower was a previously released polish. This was I'm Basically 29, and it was a limited edition. This is a really beautiful shimmer polish. This one is a light blue. This is definitely one of those color families that I purchase quite a lot because it's absolutely gorgeous. I do need to come back at some point and do some comparisons of these in my collection just to make sure that I don't have 2 that are way too similar. But this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that strong pink shift on the front of the bottle. Then it goes to gold and green towards the back of the bottle. Really beautiful shade here. This one does require 3 coats to become mostly opaque. I think longer nails would still need something underneath it to sort of give you that boost in opacity if you didn't want to see your visible nail line. But the glow on the shimmer is very pretty. Like I said, I have a soft spot for these colors. I tend to buy them quite a lot. So that was Wildflower Lacquer. I'm Basically 29. Next up is one of the polishes from Femme Fatale. This first one is called Dragon's Breath. This was a November 2021 color of the month, and this one I thought was just too unique to pass up. I mean, look at that cluster of flakies in there. This has matte red glitters in a couple of different sizes in sort of a charcoaly jelly base, and then it is absolutely chock full of those blue flakies. Again, a really unique color combination. I will say that this is not opaque at all. I did 3 coats here and it is still very, very sheer. So for this one, I would definitely recommend putting this over either a black or a deep charcoal, or whatever other color you wanted to play around with underneath this. But it's super unique. I love the blue glow that it adds with those flakies. And of course, those red glitters look really neat scattered across the nail. Yeah, I know. So that first one was Dragon's Breath. The second one was one of 2 micro glitter holographic polishes that I got, and they are stunning. This one is called Red-Eyed Scavengers, and it is from the Taking collection. And look at this color here. Holy moly. This is a really beautiful jewel toned fuchsia, and it is just dazzling. Look at that hollow. And here it is in 3 coats with 2 coats of top coat. This one is so gorgeous. I want to say there's at least a couple of different kinds of micro glitter in here, because I'm seeing purple in some glitters and fuchsia in others. It's really, really beautiful. These glitters are in basically a clear base, so you do need 3 coats to become fully opaque. On the neck of the bottle there, that is a clear base. But these glitters are very much jam-packed in here. You definitely don't have any worries trying to get those out. They basically act like a pigment. They are completely freaking my camera out. But just look at all the shifts that you're seeing. You see what I mean about the purple and the fuchsia that you're seeing? You see the 2 different colors? I'm pretty sure there's at least 2 different particles in there, and they just look so gorgeous together. So that first micro glitter was Red-Eyed Scavengers. It was one of the ones that I definitely wanted to make sure I got before it sold out. The next one is a cream and I believe a thermal. This one is called Sneezy, and it came out in the Enchanted Fables for 2022. This one is a really beautiful, like a dusty berry shade, and then you have a really strong blue shimmer. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love the dusty quality to this shade, and of course I love a blue shimmer. Definitely one of my favorite things to see in polishes. I just love the contrast to whatever base it's used in. Really gorgeous. This is it in 2 coats. I really like how this one turned out. I think this is another contender for my fall rack. I love these dusty berry shades, and I don't think I have anything quite like this out on my fall rack just yet. Really, really gorgeous. So let's see if we can't warm this up and see what it looks like in its warm state. So I did dip it in some hot water, and that is how it looks warm. You can see towards the edges where it's turning berry again when it's getting cold. So it sort of shears it out to almost an icy blue with that blue shift. I don't think I have a thermal quite like this. I think this is really, really pretty. And the more I look at it, the more I'm pretty sure I want this on my fall rack. Very, very pretty. So there you can see it turning cold at the edges. So that was Sneezy. The next one is definitely not for fall. This is more something that I want to pull out next spring. This one is called Treat Yo Elf. Yeah. And it is from the All Wrapped Up collection. This is a really sweet crelly polish that is loaded with glitter and flakies. This is almost a lilac leaning soft pink, and it is jam-packed full of a load of glitter. You have these larger hexes in yellow, you've got a soft almost duck egg blue, and you've got hot pink. Then those flakies are, I believe, like a ghost blue that shifts to aqua. It's a really interesting combination. Oh, you also have some speckling of some purple glitters in there as well. Very, very cute, very springtime. I love this combination. This is it in 3 coats. I will say the glitter was a little bit sparser than I was initially expecting, but I really like how it turned out. You still get a lot of the different colors in there with the glitter without having it too thick on the nail. I love the scattering of the purple and the blue, the hot pink. I didn't get too many of the big yellow ones, but for my taste, that's absolutely okay. And I love the blue flash that you end up getting from those flakies. So this is definitely one that I want to pull out next spring. That was Treat Yo Elf. The next one is the second micro glitter that I got that is holographic, and this one is called A Kraken Snackin' on Fish and Chips. This was the second polish that Femme Fatale came out with for Polish Pickup a Rewind this last July, and this is absolutely gorgeous. It is in the same formula as Red-Eyed Scavengers, except this time in a beautiful teal. Again, there's another component in here that I think is a bit easier to see in this one than it was in the fuchsia. But you have the main holographic glitters, and then you have a shimmer. See that red? This one, I don't know how I missed it, honestly, when it first released, but I'm glad I have it now. This is it in 3 coats. And again, the hollow on this one is really, really beautiful. You will want 2 layers of top coat or a glitter smoother and then a top coat to make it nice and glossy. But this color is absolutely gorgeous. So that last one from Femme Fatale was A Kraken Snackin' on Fish and Chips. Sorry, on Fish and Chips. Then the last polish that I got from Femme Fatale is from Phoenix, and this one is Paradise Island, also a Polish Pickup a Rewind from this last July. And this is a gorgeous multi-chrome. In person, I'm seeing purples and fuchsias, like a black and blue, green, and gold. I'm not sure how much of that color is actually going to show up on camera, but I think you can see some of those colors popping up towards the edge of the bottle. And this is it in 2 coats. It's a pretty dark multi-chrome, but you do get pops of color depending on the light. In person, from my angle back here, I'm seeing that beautiful like jewel toned berry shade pop up and then shift to like a green towards the edge of the nail. I think on camera you're mainly seeing the dark base with that teal popping up. But again, depending on your lighting on these multi-chromes, they're going to shift beautifully. So that last one was Phoenix Indie Polish, Paradise Island. And there you have it. That was my haul from Femme Fatale. Let me know down below if you've done a hold order with them before and how many polishes you ended up with. I'm sure I could have gotten a lot more. They do have a load of polishes that they are stockists for. Also, let me know if you ended up getting any of the Wildflower exclusives or any more from them that were on Polish Pickup Rewind. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you're new, make sure to hit the little subscribe button down below. That way you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and I will see you in that next one.